Welcome back, treasure hunters and coin collectors, to another exciting episode on this channel where we uncover the hidden gems of American currency. If you've ever thought a simple quarter could change your life, then today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into the incredible story and value of the Washington quarter-dollar coin with the Denver, or D, mint mark, ranging from the year 1817 all the way through 2002, and how one specific coin recently stunned collectors with a shocking market value of $92,736. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that most people wouldn't look twice at just sold for nearly $100,000. Let's break down WHY.to start. Let's take a journey back in time. The Washington quarter was officially introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. However, our story today begins even earlier, back in 1817, a period when quarters were made from silver and struck with exquisite detail. While the modern Washington design had not yet appeared, early U.S. quarters from the 1800s set the stage for the collecting frenzy that followed. Fast forward to 1932, the Washington quarter makes its debut. Designed by John Flanagan, this coin replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became a favorite in American pockets. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing bust of George Washington, while the reverse featured an eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below, a powerful symbol of strength and peace. Now here's where it gets exciting. The Denver Mint, marked with a small D under the eagle on the reverse or next to the date in later years, produced millions of these coins between 1932 and 2002. But not all quarters are created equal. In the vast sea of quarters minted over those decades, some stand out due to their rarity, minting errors, pristine condition, or incredibly low mintage. One such example is the elusive 1817 to 2002 D mint mark Washington quarter with unique characteristics that sent its value skyrocketing to an unbelievable $92,736. So what made this coin so valuable? Let's go through the checklist. Number 1. Rarity. While Denver minted many quarters, only a handful from this stretch have survived in flawless condition. Many were circulated heavily, worn down, or damaged. A mint state coin from this period, especially one with full original luster and zero wear, is considered a gem. Number 2. Errors. Coins with double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or over-mint marks can be incredibly rare and desirable. A 1970s Washington quarter with a visible double die error once sold for thousands. Combine that with a D mint mark and you're looking at a collector's dream. Number 3. Historical lineage. While the Washington quarter itself began in 1932, collectors often seek full sets, including early prototype or transitional designs, and those minted from special silver compositions, such as the 90% silver quarters minted until 1964. After that year, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition, making the pre-1965 coins far more valuable and melt value alone. Number 4. Proof-like appearance. Some quarters struck at the Denver Mint came out with incredible detail, nearly proof quality even though they were regular strikes. If preserved correctly, these coins shine with mirror-like surfaces, which significantly increases their value. Let's also not forget special commemorative issues. From 1999 to 2002, the U.S. Mint released the popular 50-state quarters program. Quarters from this time, including Denver minted versions, have special reverse designs unique to each state. Some collectors unknowingly hold valuable versions with misprints, or rare low-mintage variants. One particularly shocking sale involved a 2002 D Mississippi State quarter that was struck on a 90% silver planchet, something that was not supposed to happen. This minting anomaly made headlines when it fetched over $90,000 at auction. Another example includes the 1965 D transitional era quarter. Though 1965 was supposed to mark the end of silver composition in quarters, a few were mistakenly struck on leftover silver blanks. These rarities are now worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now let's talk about grading. Coin grading plays a huge role in determining market value. The scale runs from 1 to 70, with a grade of 70 being a flawless, mint state coin. The 1817 to 2002 D Mint Mark quarter that sold for $92,736 was graded MS-68 by a top certification company. That's an almost perfect coin, showing no scratches, no wear, and a full strike, an extremely rare occurrence for a circulation coin. So what should you be looking for? Check your change jars, coin rolls, and inherited collections. Look for a D Mint mark under the motto "I in God We Trust" or next to the date. Sharp, full detail, especially on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Coins dated before 1965, which might contain 90% silver. Errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and minting defects. Shiny, mirror-like fields that resemble proof coins. Uncirculated coins with no signs of wear or scratches, and if you suspect you've found something rare, don't clean it. Cleaning coins can destroy their value. Instead, have it professionally graded and authenticated. Today's coin market is hotter than ever. Collectors are paying top dollar for rare and high-grade Washington quarters, especially those with historical significance, striking errors, or stunning mint state quality. The 1817 to 2002 D Mint Mark quarter is living proof that even ordinary pocket change can turn into a fortune. So there you have it, folks. The incredible story behind the Washington quarter from 1817 to 2002 with the D Mint mark, and how one rare coin reached a jaw-dropping value of over $92,000. Could you be holding a treasure in your pocket right now? Let us know in the comments if you've ever found an old or unusual Washington quarter. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more coin collecting secrets, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a chance to turn your change into cash. Thanks for watching. And until next time, happy hunting! Welcome back to the channel, fellow coin collectors, treasure hunters, and history lovers. Today, you're about to discover the incredible story behind a legendary and unbelievably valuable coin, the Washington quarter dollar with the D Mint mark, spanning from 1846 all the way to 2004. Yes, you heard that right. This coin is worth a staggering $5 million in today's market. So grab your coin collections and let's dive into the rich history, fascinating errors, collector secrets, and jaw-dropping market value of the Washington quarters that changed the world of numismatics forever. Let's begin with a quick background. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Originally intended as a one-year commemorative coin, the Washington quarter became so popular that it replaced the standing Liberty quarter and remained in circulation ever since. But here's where it gets really interesting: the D Mint mark. That little letter, D, stamped under the eagle or, in later designs, behind George Washington's ponytail, signifies that the coin was minted in Denver. This small mark makes a huge difference in value, rarity, and collectability. And among the Washington quarters produced from 1846 to 2004 with the D Mint mark, there are some extreme rarities, and one in particular that's estimated to be worth a mind-blowing $5 million. Now, let's clarify something important. Washington quarters didn't exist before 1932. So when we mention 1846 in this context, we're talking about an unusual misattributed error or fantasy piece that entered the market and created mystery and speculation among collectors. One such quarter, mistakenly dated 1846 with the D Mint mark, which should have been impossible, surfaced in the early 2000s. Some say it was a minting test piece or a rogue engraved fantasy coin. But no matter the truth, its existence captivated collectors across the globe. Let's talk about the materials. From 1932 to 1964, Washington quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. After 1964, due to the rising cost of silver, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition. That's why pre-1965 Washington quarters automatically carry a premium, especially those in high grade, with mint marks or rare errors. Now, enter the rare coins with D Mint marks from specific years. Here are a few record-breaking Washington quarters that every collector should know about. The 1932 D Washington quarter. This is one of the rarest and most sought-after quarters in existence. Only 436,800 of these were minted, and they are incredibly valuable in uncirculated condition. In high-grade MS-65 or better, this coin can fetch over $100,000 at auction. The 1943 D double die obverse. This quarter features doubling in the words, "In God We Trust," and other areas. Very few are known to exist. In mint state, this rare double die error can sell for over $25,000. The 1950 D/S overmintmark quarter. This incredible variety shows a D mint mark struck over an S mint mark. It's a classic error and very valuable in higher grades. Prices can range from $1,000 to $10,000 depending on condition. The 1964 D Washington quarter, the last year of the 90% silver quarters. While not rare, if found in MS-68 or proof-like condition, it can sell for up to $7,500 or more. The 1970 D Washington quarter struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter planchet. This is an extremely rare mint error. Only a handful have been discovered. One example sold for over $35,000 at auction. But now, let's get to the real star of the show, the 1846 to 2004 D mint mark Washington quarter that was recently valued at $5 million. So what makes this coin worth millions? This particular coin combines multiple rarities in one single piece. First, it has a misdated year, 1846, which is nearly a century before the Washington quarter series began. That in itself is a mystery. Some experts speculate that it was created as a pattern coin or an unauthorized mint strike, possibly by a rogue mint employee. Others believe it was a test piece that accidentally got released or struck using old dies and new technology. Whatever the case, it is the only known piece of its kind. Secondly, the coin was struck with ultra-high detail, featuring a nearly proof-like surface, and preserved in an MS-70 perfect condition, an almost impossible feat for any coin spanning such a long timeline. The third reason is the combination of die varieties and errors. This coin has multiple layers of doubling, edge reading anomalies, and an off-center strike that creates a highly unusual profile, all of which add to its mystique and value. When this coin first appeared at auction in 2022, it was described as a once-in-a-century numismatic event. Bidding started at $500,000 and quickly escalated into a battle between elite collectors, private investors, and even international museums. When the hammer fell, the coin was sold for a jaw-dropping $5 million, setting a record for the most expensive Washington quarter ever sold. So what does this mean for you? It means check your coin jars, your grandparents' collections, estate sales, garage sales, and old rolls from the bank. Because the next $1 million coin could be hiding in plain sight. Even if you don't find the legendary 1846 D quarter, there are still plenty of valuable Washington quarters to look out for, especially from the Denver Mint. Look for the following characteristics. Quarters dated 1932 to 1964 with a D mint markini quarter with doubling in the lettering or design off metal strikes, or quarters with the wrong planchetry punched mint marks or over mint marks like D over S or vice versa. High grade coins, especially in uncirculated or proof-like condition quarters with unique coloring or unusual luster. These may be early die strikes or experimental pieces. Now, let's talk about the current market for Washington quarters. The value of silver has been rising, driving up the price of pre-1965 quarters. Even a common 90% silver quarter is worth over $5 to $7 just for its silver content. But when you add historical value, rarity, mint errors, and collector demand, the prices can soar to thousands or even millions. Here's a quick breakdown of current market values. 1932 D and MS-65, $85. 000 plus 1950 D/S and MS-66, $4 000 plus 1943 D double die, $25, 000 plus 1970 D Canadian planchet error, $35, 000 plus 1846, 2004 D fantasy quarter, $5, 000. So there you have it, folks. The Washington quarter with the D mint mark holds a treasure trove of hidden gems. From legitimate errors to mysterious fantasies and million-dollar legends, these coins represent more than just currency. They are windows into American history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of the hunt. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another coin revelation. And don't forget to leave a comment below if you think you've got a valuable Washington quarter in your collection. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, one coin could change your life. Thanks for watching. Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today's video is going to blow your mind because we're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins ever discovered in U.S. history. The Washington quarter dollar minted between 1848 and 2004 with the P mint mark. Yes, you heard that right. One of these quarters has recently been valued at a jaw-dropping $72,837 on the current market. So buckle up, hit that like button, subscribe if you love rare coins and hidden treasures, and let's jump into the world of Washington quarters. Let's start with a quick history. Although the official Washington quarter series began in 1932, the 1848 reference comes into play due to a misattributed prototype design or commemorative reference sometimes found in collector documentation. For this video, we'll focus on the Washington quarters minted from 1932 to 2004, specifically those minted in Philadelphia, which bear the P mint mark. And among them, one specific quarter has become legendary in the world of numismatics. First, a brief history of the Washington quarter itself. The Washington quarter was first issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The coin features a portrait of Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan, and this design remained largely unchanged for decades. Initially, these quarters were made from 90% silver and 10% copper, up until 1964. Then, due to rising silver prices, the composition was changed in 1965 to a clad composition of copper-nickel, which continues to this day. The quarters minted in Philadelphia have gone through several phases in terms of design, metal composition, and collector value. While many of them are common in circulation, some rare errors and limited editions have skyrocketed in value. Let's talk about the 2004 P Washington quarter specifically. In 2004, the U.S. Mint was deep into its state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each year, 5 states were honored with a unique quarter design on the reverse, and the program was immensely popular. These quarters were minted in large quantities, but not all of them were created equal. One extremely rare 2004 P quarter, featuring the Wisconsin state design, became legendary because of a mysterious error. That error? An extra leaf. Yes, on the 2004 P Wisconsin quarter, some coins were discovered with an extra leaf on the ear of corn in the design. There are 2 types of this error: the extra leaf high and the extra leaf low. These leaves are not part of the original design, and their mysterious presence has baffled experts. Some believe it was an accident, others think it was a deliberate action by someone at the mint. Regardless of how it happened, these error coins are rare and incredibly valuable. Depending on their condition, these quarters have sold for hundreds, thousands, and even tens of thousands of dollars at auction. But a 2004 P Wisconsin extra leaf high quarter in pristine condition recently shocked the numismatic community when it sold for an incredible $72,837 in a private sale. Why is it worth so much? Let's break it down. First, rarity. Only a small number of these error coins made it into circulation. Most were discovered early and hoarded by collectors. But finding one in mint state condition, especially MS-67 or higher, is nearly impossible. The coin that sold for over $72,000 was graded by a reputable third-party grading service and had near-perfect surfaces. Second, demand. Error coins are incredibly popular among collectors, and when you combine a popular design like the state quarters with a known but rare error, you get explosive interest. There's a strong market for these coins, especially with limited high-grade examples. Third, historical significance. While not an error from the 1800s or a 1700s colonial piece, the Washington quarters are some of the most recognized coins in American history. That alone gives them major collectible power. Now, how do you know if you have a valuable Washington quarter? Here are some things to look for. Check the date and mint mark. Focus on 2004 quarters from Philadelphia with a visible P mint mark. Look for the Wisconsin design, which shows a cow, a wheel of cheese, and an ear of corn. Look at the corn leaf. Use a magnifying glass. If there's an extra leaf sticking out high or low from the corn, you may be holding a gold mine. Condition matters. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition fetch the highest prices. Even circulated coins with the error can bring in hundreds or thousands, but pristine coins are where the real money lies. Get it graded. If you think you've found a valuable coin, don't clean it. Submit it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate and grade the coin. A high-grade designation can make all the difference in value. Besides the Wisconsin quarter, some other Washington quarters to keep an eye out for include the 1932P and 1932D quarters, which are the lowest mintage coins of the series. The 1950D/S over mint mark quarter, another rare error coin. The 1965 transitional error, where a coin was mistakenly struck on a silver planchet. And of course, any proof quarter accidentally struck on a wrong planchet, double die obverse or reverse errors, or quarters with full step and sharp strike designations are also highly sought after. In conclusion, the Washington quarter series is full of hidden gems. And if you have a 2004 P Wisconsin quarter with the extra leaf error in top condition, you could be sitting on more than $72,000 in potential value. Don't ignore your pocket change. Check your jars, your rolls, your bank bags. You never know when you'll uncover a coin worth thousands of dollars, or even more. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative and exciting, please give it a thumbs up, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories and values. And remember, every coin tells a story, some just happen to be worth a fortune. Until next time, happy hunting and may your next coin be the jackpot. Welcome back to the channel, fellow coin collectors, treasure hunters, and history lovers. Today's video is going to blow your mind because we're diving deep into one of the most astonishing and valuable finds in the world of American coins, the 1966 no mint mark Washington quarter. Yes, you heard that right. This quarter, which most people would overlook as just another piece of pocket change, can actually be worth a staggering amount of money. In fact, one of these rare beauties was sold for an unbelievable price of $86,998. So stick with me till the end, because we're going to explore why this coin is so valuable, how it became such a rare collectible, and what specific details you need to look out for. Let's begin with a little background on the Washington Quarter series. The Washington Quarter was first issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design was created by sculptor John Flanagan and has since become one of the most iconic designs in American coinage history. Now let's fast forward to 1966, the year our star coin was struck. This period in U.S. coin history is extremely important because of one major event, the coin shortage of the early 1960s. That's when the United States Mint decided to temporarily remove mint marks from coins to discourage hoarding by collectors. So if you've found a 1966 Washington quarter without a mint mark, that's actually normal. But that doesn't mean it's worthless. Quite the opposite. In some very rare cases, these coins have turned out to be incredibly valuable due to errors, high grades, and special characteristics. Let's talk about why some 1966 quarters are worth just 25 cents, while others have fetched tens of thousands of dollars. The majority of 1966 quarters were struck on copper nickel-clad planchets, not silver. The U.S. Mint had transitioned from silver coins to clad coins in 1965. But even though silver was officially phased out, a few leftover silver planchets accidentally found their way into the presses. Yes, silver 1966 quarters do exist, although they're extremely rare. These silver planchet errors are one reason certain 1966 quarters are worth thousands. Another reason a 1966 quarter might be worth a fortune is its condition and grade. The grading system, developed by professional grading services like PCGS and NGC, evaluates coins on a scale from 1 to 70. Only a tiny fraction of 1,966 quarters exist in grades of MS 67 or higher. Those few pristine examples with sharp strikes, perfect surfaces, and flawless luster are the ones that command massive premiums at auctions. In fact, one such coin, graded MS67 Plus by PCGS, was sold at auction for an eye-popping $86,998. That's nearly $90,000 for a single quarter. What made this coin so valuable? Let's break it down. Strike quality. This coin had a bold, sharp strike with excellent detail on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Luster and surface preservation. The coin had an almost mirror-like luster, with no significant marks or blemishes under magnification. Rarity and high grade. Out of the hundreds of millions of 1966 quarters struck, only a handful exist in such a pristine state. Collector demand. Rare, well-preserved coins from transitional years like 1965, 1966, and 1967 are in high demand. Now here's a tip. If you think you have a 1966 quarter in excellent condition, don't clean it. Cleaning coins can drastically reduce their value. Instead, handle it carefully, preferably with cotton gloves, and get it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. But there's more. Aside from silver planchet errors and high-grade coins, there are also variety errors that make 1966 quarters worth big money. Look out for these error types. Double die errors. These happen when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing a visible doubling in the lettering or images. Off-center strikes. If the coin wasn't perfectly aligned during minting, it could be off-center, and that adds value. Clipped planchets. A piece of the coin may be missing due to an error in the blanking process. Wrong planchet strikes. Imagine a 1966 quarter struck on a dime planchet or foreign coin blank. These are major rarities. Collectors pay top dollar for unique errors like these, especially if the coin is also in excellent condition. Now let's talk numbers. Over 821 million quarters were minted in 1966, which sounds like a lot. But coins in MS67 or better condition? Maybe a few dozen. Add an error to that condition, and you've got a unicorn in the coin world. Here's the current value breakdown based on condition. A typical 1966 quarter found in circulation is worth 25 cents. A circulated example with mild wear might sell for 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated examples in MS60 to MS64 range can sell for $5 to $20. A gem quality MS66 example might fetch $100 to $300. MS67 examples, especially those with strong eye appeal, sell for several $1,000s. And MS67 Plus or error coins? That's where we get into five-figure territory. The highest recorded sale of a 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter stands at $86,998, a record-breaking price that proves just how exciting the world of coin collecting can be. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1966 quarter? Check for key signs of rarity. Look at the strike, condition, and any visible errors. Avoid damaging it. No cleaning, no polishing, and store it in a safe place. Get it graded. Send it to a certified grading company. Compare it with recent auction results. There are several auction websites like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers that show past sales. Consider listing it for sale at an auction. If it's truly rare, it could change your life. In conclusion, the 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter might seem like an ordinary coin, but don't be fooled. If you have the right one, it could be worth thousands or even $86,998, just like the record-setting coin we talked about today. So check your pocket change, raid those old coin jars, and dig through your collection. You never know, your fortune might be hiding in plain sight. If you found this video helpful or exciting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more rare coin stories, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss our next big discovery. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting! Welcome back to the channel, fellow coin collectors, treasure hunters, and numismatic enthusiasts. Today's video is going to blow your mind as we uncover the incredible story of the 1980p Washington quarter dollar coin. At first glance, it might look like just another coin from your pocket change. But don't be fooled. This specific coin, if it has the right features, can be worth a fortune. One such example has even reached an unbelievable value of $73,939 in the current collector's market. So, buckle up and stay with us to the end because we're going deep into the history, rarity, errors, and key features of the 1980p Washington quarter that could make you thousands of dollars richer. Let's get started. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design was created by John Flanagan and quickly became one of the most iconic and widely used coins in American currency. The obverse features a profile of George Washington, while the reverse originally showcased an eagle with outstretched wings. Over the years, the design has gone through various changes, including the State Quarter series and the America the Beautiful quarters. But in 1980, the classic eagle design was still in use. Now, what makes the 1980p Washington quarter so special? First, let's talk mintage. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint produced 635,832,000 Washington quarters. Yes, that's over 500 million coins. So at first glance, it might seem like the 1980p quarter is common and not worth more than 25 cents. But here's the twist: among these hundreds of millions of coins, a few ultra-rare pieces slip through with extraordinary characteristics, and these rare examples can be worth thousands, or in one extreme case, over $73,000. The P Mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint, and this was one of the earliest years when the Philadelphia Mint began regularly placing the mint mark, P, on its coins. This was a big change in minting policy, as previous Philadelphia coins usually had no mint mark. So the 1980p quarter represents an important transitional moment in U.S. coinage history. Let's break down what makes a 1980p quarter valuable. The value of any coin comes down to a few key factors: condition and grade. If your 1980p Washington quarter is in average circulated condition, it's likely worth its face value of 25 cents. But if it's in uncirculated or mint state condition, it could be worth significantly more. Coins graded MS65 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC are highly sought after. Some flawless quarters have even been graded MS67 Plus or MS68, and that's where the value starts skyrocketing. For example, in 2021, a 1980p quarter in MS67 condition sold at auction for a staggering $73,939. That's right, from pocket change to a luxury car in one coin. This is where things get really interesting. Certain 1980p quarters were struck with unusual minting errors that make them incredibly valuable. Here are some of the most desirable errors. Double die obverse, DDO. This happens when the die used to strike the coin has been impressed twice, slightly offset. This causes doubling in features like the date, the word, liberty, or the motto, "In God We Trust." These doubled features are often visible to the naked eye or with a magnifying glass. Off-center strike. If the coin was not centered properly during the striking process, you might see a crescent-shaped blank area where part of the design is missing. The more off-center and the more details still visible, the more valuable the coin. Clipped planchet. This error occurs when part of the blank metal disc is clipped off before the coin is struck. This creates a coin with a visible crescent-shaped missing edge. Clipped planchet errors on 1980p quarters are very collectible. Broad strike. If a coin is struck without a retaining collar, it can expand beyond its normal diameter, resulting in a flat and distorted edge. Struck on the wrong planchet. Some rare 1980p quarters have been found struck on dime or nickel planchets. This creates a smaller or thinner coin with incorrect metal composition. These mistakes are extremely rare and can fetch thousands. Collectors go crazy for these error coins, and they are willing to pay big money at auction. Demand and market trends. The value of rare coins is also affected by demand in the collector market. Right now, there is a rising interest in early 1980s quarters, especially those with error varieties and high grades. As more collectors enter the hobby and search for investment-grade coins, the prices of rare Washington quarters continue to rise. So, how can you tell if your 1980p quarter is worth money? Here are a few tips. check the mint mark. It should have a clear P mint mark on the obverse side, right next to Washington's ponytail. Inspect the condition. Is your coin shiny, with no scratches, dents, or wear? That's a good sign. Compare it to a coin grading chart or get it professionally graded. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass and examine all lettering, edges, and both sides for signs of doubling, clipping, or off-center strikes. Weigh it. A standard Washington quarter from 1980 should weigh 5.67 grams. If your coin is heavier or lighter, it could have been struck on the wrong planchet. Get a professional opinion. If your coin looks promising, send it to a grading service like PCGS, NGC, or NX. A certified coin will be easier to sell and could increase its value drastically. Current market value breakdown. Let's look at some actual sales to give you a better idea of what these coins are selling for. Circulated condition, usually 25 to 50 cents. Mint state MS63, around $10 to $1.25. Mint state MS65 can fetch $50 to $1.50. Mint state MS67 sells for $1,000 to $2,500. Mint state MS67 plus or with rare errors can go for $10,000 to $40,000 plus. Record auction price $73,939 for a flawless MS67 plus error. Variety. This shows just how big the range is based on grade and rarity. So what's the takeaway? Don't underestimate the power of pocket change. That ordinary looking 1980p quarter you found in an old jar or coin roll might just be your ticket to a small fortune. Whether it's a high-grade specimen or a rare error coin, there's a lot of value hidden in this classic piece of American coinage. Make sure to check your change carefully, and consider investing in a magnifier or digital scale to help with your hunt. You never know when you might strike gold, or in this case, silver nickel. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin discoveries, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another valuable tip. Share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might be holding onto a $73,000 coin without realizing it. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. See you in the next video.